There's plenty of food in the back if anyone wants to see this. This is good, and there's room down in the front. So nobody ever wants to see in the front row. You won't get called on, except maybe you talk. Right. Good. How is everybody doing? This is definitely like one of my classes. There's no final exam, don't worry. Or maybe there should be a final exam. That way people will pay attention. My name is Brian Dean. I'm the director of the School of Computing and want to welcome you to our 2025 Student Awards Ceremony. This is one of my favorite activities of the entire year to celebrate the awesomeness of our students, of which there is a lot of awesomeness to celebrate. One thing I wanted to do first, though, so my wife is the chair of bioengineering, and they had their award ceremony earlier in the week. And it's not like I'm competitive, but they had like a ball with costumes and a theme of like the Roaring Twenties and a DJ and the Clemson Tiger and everything. So what I wanted to do was if you guys are okay with it, take a picture of the crowd looking like you're having the most fun in the world, just so I can show her that we also have cool awards ceremonies. Okay. So on the count of three, everyone look like you're having fun. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. I'll try and up my game next year, so maybe we'll have something. So for the students in the audience, rubber duck like signify make this our mascot. Everybody, what does the rubber duck help you do here? Think through the logic. Yeah. So you remember the rubber duck debugging? The idea is that it's easier to write programs and debug if you can explain what you're doing to somebody. And sometimes with computer scientists, and we're coding late at night, there's not a somebody there. So you take your handy rubber duck, you put it on top of your monitor, and you explain what you're doing to the duck. And that helps you, get through your logic, and it helps you figure out what your bugs are and everything. So important lesson for all of you guys who are about to graduate and go to the real world and, hopefully not write too many bugs because the duck will be there to help you. But we have a running theme of, we have, if you look around McAdams Hall, you'll find these ducks kind of hidden around the building sometimes. So, okay, and that appeared in one of our faculty's offices on April Fool's Day. So we try and have a fun time. So unfortunately, so I have a standing policy that every meeting that I run, mostly with my faculty meetings, I have to start with a silly joke. So you guys are the unfortunate recipients of an attempt at a joke. So in my faculty meetings, the amount of laughter that my jokes get is maybe variable. And so there's two possibilities. Either the faculty just need to kind of learn to appreciate humor better, or the jokes need to improve a bit. So this is a good kind of extra data point that I can use to judge whether my faculty need to improve their humor reception. So I've been working on a new cell phone app. It's a fitness tracker for insects. However, it's taking much longer than expected to work out all the bugs. They actually laughed. Okay, so I'm going to tell my faculty at the next meeting that okay. So on the subject of bugs, so we talked about. the subject of bugs, so we've talked about rubber duck debugging. I wanted to kind of tell a little bit of a story about. So when I teach my undergraduate class, I just put one slide in my slide deck that just says "Don't write bugs." I figured that's the easiest way to not have my students write the bugs in the first place, but they never listen to this. They still write the bugs anyways for some reason. So I have to kind of think of more creative ways to kind of incentivize or de-incentivize, for like de-incentivize writing bugs basically. So there was one day in class, I brought my students some cookies because they just had a rough midterm. If you've ever taken one of my classes, you understand. But I thought, okay, I'm going to try and see if creating a disincentive works. And so in addition to the good cookies, I hooked up a batch of liver and sardine cookies. And I made a bet with my students that if during my live coding demo for the day, if I wrote any bugs, I'd eat one of those cookies. That was a regrettable decision on my part. So I would highly recommend not doing that, just instead talking to the duck to help diagnose the bugs in your code. So, okay, so anyways, this is our School of Computing mascot. It doesn't have a name yet. It does. Herbert. Oh, okay. I was not aware. My class, they named him Herbert. Okay, excellent. We all good with Herbert? Okay, excellent. I was going to say, if we don't have a name, then you guys can help, with creatively coming up with one. Why Herbert? Is there some significance to the name, or just Herbert? Okay, that's good. That's good. That works. I was thinking, we could name the duck after a famous computer scientist or something. Maybe there's a Herbert out there that's a famous computer scientist. So we're giving out quite a few awards. These awards are a big deal. You guys should be extremely proud of what you've accomplished this year and throughout your academic careers. There are a lot of students in the School of Computing that you guys are kind of competing against for these awards. Does anybody know how many students there are in the School of Computing, roughly? Is it like 100, 1,000, 2,000, 500? Anyone want to guess? About 1,000-ish? 1,300? It's if you count undergraduate and graduate students, it's about 1,600. About 1,200 undergraduates and about 400 graduate students. There's a lot of you guys. It's a fun department to manage, but you can really feel proud of what you've accomplished because the denominator is a pretty big number here, and so you guys have really distinguished yourselves in a very large field by what you have done. Also, for the students in the audience, don't forget, if you have to develop the optimal algorithm for guessing the number of students in the School of Computing, it takes that many guesses, right? So that'll be on the final exam. Okay, so let's move on to presenting our awards. What we're going to do is we have a couple of faculty with us today and staff who are going to help with the presentation of our awards. We're going to start by recognizing our student ambassadors. These are the folks who run our weekly tours and help when we have people visiting the School of Computing. They tell them all about the wonderful things that go on in the School of Computing. So one of our advisors, Teresa Fields, is here to say a word about the ambassadors, and to hand them a special present.
For sure. So ambassadors, you guys are so integral to our operation here. You guys may not see that because we see you on a Friday and that's it. But while you guys are out assisting with our prospective students, our interested students, you're taking them on tours, talking to them about campus and campus life and what it's like to be a student. That frees the advisors up to continue our operations of advising our current students, keeping them on track, assisting with registration, like all of the things that our students still have to do while those Friday tours are going on. So we appreciate you. Everything that you do is important. And with that, we do have a little gift for you.
I guess, shall we have them come down and take their gifts? All right, so if you're at this School of Computing ambassador, please come on down.
Thank you so much.
These folks know how many students in the School of Computing.
Oh, oh Lord.
These folks are the kind of the front line, and you know, they're the face of the School of Computing. So we really appreciate everything you do to support the school. All right, oops, sorry, we're one slide ahead. Next up we have our Upsilon Pi Epsilon Honor Society. Professor Nathan McNeese is going to say a word or two about the new members in UPE and kind of what UPE signifies.
Hey everyone. So UPE is the Professional Society for Computer Science nationally. It really exemplifies professional service and courtesy and understanding of the responsibility that students have, and especially as they transition into the career. So the students representing here are really leaders in the field, and they're going to be leaders when they move on to Clemson. So congratulations.
For each of the UPE inductees, we have a certificate and a pin. So if you are a UPE inductee, please feel welcome to come down. Grab the certificate and pin with Courtney.
Yeah.
We're good at logistics here. Hang around and we'll do a picture. Can you get all of us in the frame?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just dropped my phone and apparently cracked my camera
Oh,
screen. So, no, the screen protector, so the camera's fine, but I didn't want that cracked to be in your photos. Everybody?
What's the appropriate thing for, like, you know, you say cheese to smile in a photo? What's a good computer science word that we should ask people to say when they're getting photographed to make them smile?
Gigabyte.
Gigabyte? All right. So now we have our individual awards. So starting with outstanding sophomore in computer science. Apparently we don't have outstanding freshman awards because freshmen are just getting started, and you know, we need to kind of build a track record. So we start with the sophomore level. Alex is going to present our outstanding sophomore award.
Weber Wheeling, congratulations on outstanding sophomore. He's been in my 3720 class this semester and been really had some outstanding questions, some that really made me think and like walk away and not think on that, come back later. Been really insightful, been a leader on your team and honestly kind of in the class. So congratulations, you definitely through it.
Outstanding junior in computer science, Basil George. And our illustrious Chris Plowey will be saying a few words.
So I'm Chris Plowey, I'm the undergraduate program coordinator. I'm an advisor for some of our students, and I teach classes. And just by show of hands, who's had me in some form So I get to interact with these amazing students all the time. Hazel is no exception, heavily involved, amazing academics. In the past, Dr. Dean, you can tell, is a little bit of showmanship. And when he would present awards and go all out, I've been trying to one-up him each year. And what was great is this morning, Hazel's my head TA for my class. And about at the beginning of class, I was talking with the class that so many students love Hazel that we're going to make a video expressing their appreciation. I'm talking about this, and I look up, and guess who decides to sit in on the class and overhear the surprise? So, like any student now that had to redo everything at the last minute, ChatGPT to the rescue. So, this is called an ode to Hazel, the fire starter. Let us cheer for Hazel, star so bright, whose GPA a perfect 4.0 light. From dusk to dawn, they're coding away. In ACM mode, they own the day. Hackathons please their MVP, solving problems with pure wizardry. Bug in the code, Hazel on the case, the bugs with grace, and a meme-filled face. You'll hear Hazel's laugh with Christina near. A joyful sound we all hold dear. Inside jokes and side eyes fly, their friendship fire, and that's no lie. Speaking of fire, we'll dress yourself. That word never repeat, like books on a shelf. This code's fire, that Twix is fire. Hazel's hype is never dire. Beyond grace, beyond the flare, is someone kind beyond compare. Hazel lifts us up, they lead with heart, in every scene they play their part. So here's to Hazel, brilliant and bold, a blazing light with a heart of gold. Outstanding student, no surprise, they're fire incarnate, watch them rise. So congratulations.
I'm not sure how to follow that up. We just end the ceremony now, basically. All right. Not surprisingly, after Outstanding Junior comes the Outstanding Senior Award in Computer Science. We'll have actually, I've been told 2 presenters for this. Marcus Schultz is someone who has worked with Christian. I guess I think Marcus is on the Zoom call. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, we can hear you loud and clear. If you want to say a few words.
All right. Hey, good afternoon all. Thank you for allowing me to join here for Charleston. So the one thing I want to say about Christian is he's been an exceptional leader and been innovative during his time working on the Clemson Capstone and also with the NAWAC Atlantic A team. So he's been working with us 2 semesters. Here has been in the fall 2024 and also in the spring. So Christian has helped spearheaded 2 projects that's been working for 3 of our stakeholders. One is for our NAWAC Atlantic that's located here on the East Coast, and our NAWAC PAC team that's located on the West Coast. He's developing a Rubrik tool, and with that Rubrik tool is estimated to save anywhere from 15 to 30 business hours, which is something that we're trying to work on here in the government. In addition, he also worked with the Department of Commerce, where he was developing a resume builder to help students or end users develop a competitive resume. So Christian, we're proud of you here from Charleston. Best luck on your next journey, and congrats on the job well done, sir.
Thank you, Marcus.
Do I get to do it or is he? You are? Marcus asked me to do it. Arm wrestle you, arm wrestle you first. No, you can go, you're it.
All right, so I'm gonna try to
I'm
keep
here
it
for
together.
Marcus, so.
This guy means a lot to me. He's been in my research lab since he was a freshman. At the beginning of freshman year, about a month into it. I remember the way I found out about Christian, we were having a college level faculty meeting. And this was when I still went to college level faculty meetings. I don't do them now.
Sometimes I don't go to school level ones either, as Brian knows.
But they were highlighting Christian. And I was just blown away by what he had done in high school. And I said to myself, I've got to reach out to this guy. So I reached out to Christian. We had a really exceptional conversation the first time, and I remember it crystal clear. And I offered him the opportunity to be part of my research group, and since that day, he has been the definition of a leader. I can't think of an undergraduate who could be more of a leader. Throw out undergraduate as a term. He is a leader. It doesn't matter if this is an undergraduate award. He's exceptional at what he does. He does everything to the highest degree, and he has time in so many ways, whether you're talking extracurricular activities with student packet, and then in my research group. He has contributed to so many research projects and led aspects of research projects. So I couldn't be more proud of him. I'm still working on trying to get him to for a PhD, but he's heading to Amazon as he should. Top notch recruit for them. So congratulations.
Christian also received last night an award from college level within the college award ceremony.
He also is receiving at the university level the top award as an undergraduate as well. So he is truly a superstar.
And excellence like this, I think also we need to deserve, shout out to our awesome faculty like Nathan and Carrie for helping to mold students that go on to accomplish such great things. So congratulations to you guys. All right, so the Holonet Software Award for Outstanding Senior in Computer Information Systems, Aaron Slavin, presented by, I guess I'm presenting this one. Okay. Go on up, Aaron. So some high points about Aaron. So he has a double minor. Double minor in business administration and cybersecurity. He's an exceptional student and consistently demonstrates his prowess through technical expertise, scholarly dedication, and commitment to multiple design initiatives and leadership positions. He serves as the lead student ambassador for the School of Computing, offering expertise and passion for the school to prospective students and schools. He's a tutor, mentor at the Academic Success Center, as well as a member of the CCAS, that's our college, Undergraduate Student Advisory Board. Aaron has expanded his academic experience with involvement in a creative inquiry that develops STEM kits for elementary and middle school students. Aaron is a wonderful representation of the qualities this award intends to spotlight in computer science students, academic excellence, leadership, innovation, and personal growth. We wish him well in his future endeavors in the field and best of luck in the future position at Ernst & Young. All right. Next up, award for outstanding undergraduate project. So to Ethan Anderson, presented by Professor Nani Lee.
I'm an assistant professor at School of Computing, and it's my great pleasure, to award or present the awards to Ethan, who worked in my lab for several years, and during our collaboration, I think actually here's my I have to say it's my love to have Ethan in my lab because he's smart, his commitment, and actually he's very honestly honest how to push forward the projects a lot. And actually he and Alex worked together and won the best poster prize in the Vital project, which their competitors half of the gains consist of the graduate or PhD students across the university, so which is huge. I mean, to both of them. And also, so I mean, both Ethan and Alice for several projects in my lab. And to be honest, I'm not like the nicest professors or like the or the best communicators like to. And I will give them a lot of pressure during those like project things and good. I mean, good luck. The good part for them is they eventually survive under my supervisor, which is another congratulations to all of them. Yeah.
Congratulations. We have the DuPont Best Undergraduate Project Award, Alexander Forte, also presented by Yanni.
Yeah, because now I can repeat that again. So Alex, he and Ethan again work together in my lab for 6 years, and he and Ethan actually won the best prize, first prize for the BIPA project previous years, which is a great achievement because again, like the competitors, they are the group consists of graduate students, not just for the School of Computing, but for like IPA Center, for like the ECE. So it's like university level computation. So which is a great, and that's achievement one. And Alex, he actually also deeply involved in several projects. So he attended like the CPR previous year and do presents. So which is a top conference in my fields and in Seattle, and actually he did a great presentations for closed sessions, and he also went to Dubai to present one of our like work to thousands of I would like to say top like researchers in the fields. So So always that's like another achievement. But the final or the greatest achievement is again like survive under my supervised like so which congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Yanya, I'm not sure you're going to have a line out the door of new students looking to work in your lab after that pitch, but we'll see. Our outstanding graduate teaching assistants. So we very much appreciate what our graduate teaching assistants do when they help our undergraduate mission with construction. So outstanding graduate teaching assistant to Narayan Handel, presented by Rose Lowe.
Brian, you made me feel okay about bringing my cheat sheet.
Oh, please.
I'm thinking.
I forget everything I'm going to say if I don't have it written down.
The cheat sheet, but Narayan was a TA in my fall 2024, which you designed 2300 class. It was his very first time as a TA, but you couldn't really tell it. He was a little bit nervous, but he was always prepared. He was very confident. He's compassionate about teaching. The students loved him. He just helped the students so much. They felt that his classes were taught in such a way that everybody really engaged a lot. So you can't help it if you're in front of a computer having to do, a project, but he made everybody feel comfortable. He took his lab class, which helped me a lot because that meant they came to class a little bit more ready than they would have if they didn't have a lab. So we appreciate all that he did for helping the students in and out of the lab. He went over and beyond the call of duty when it came to helping the students. So he's going to be a future teacher for sure. He needs to be, and he's very deserving. And I just want to read something. It doesn't have anything to do with the award itself, but it lets you know more about Narayan. He's from Nepal, and even before coming here, he was honored to receive a gold medal from the president of Nepal for achieving the top rank in his master's program in computer science and knowledge. He currently serves as the president of the Graduate Student Advisory Board for the College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences, which is our college, representing the School of Computing. And in his free time, can you believe a computer science graduate student has free time? But in his free time, he enjoys trekking and exploring nature. He informed me that his most notable hiking achievement was reaching an altitude of 17,783 feet, and then Annapurna Turkey Trail. For Narayan, living in Clemson has been delightful, as it offers access to beautiful hiking trails and waterfalls, which have become a significant part of his life. So Narayan, I just want to thank you for doing what you did in our computer science lab, for helping your students feel comfortable and always being accessible. Thank you.
Okay, our outstanding MS student in computer science, Gayatri Tateni, presented by Katie Park.
Hello, my name is Kate Park. I am a new assistant professor of human-centered computing. Actually, Adam promised me that this is a low pressure thing, but I'm nervous. I feel pressure already. Not to say that, but I'm very happy and excited to present Badri, my MS student today. I met Badri last fall semester when I first came to Clemson. She joined my lab as a night fellow funded by Media Forensics Hub at Clemson University. Since she joined my lab, we have been working together to scrutinize large language models like ChatGPT. We're basically complaining about how bad it can be, and we're looking into things like hallucinations and some potential bias and so forth. Unfortunately, we didn't find as much hallucination as we expected, but we found some good evidence of political bias in large language model, and she's working on some fine-tuning with me. Besides working with me, she has been actively working with Media Forensics Hub. She's helping with the project to find out some AI bots in social media political campaign. What else? Oh, and surprisingly, she has been working on all of the projects that I mentioned while she's taking 3 computer science graduate course, which I think is pretty amazing, with almost perfect GPA. So awesome job. And since I was new to Clemson University, I've been kind of lost, sometimes struggled, and she has been very patient, waiting for my response, and she has great questions. She also has some self-reflective questions, which is very a good sign of smart, intelligent students. So I was impressed by all the questions she asked. What else? Oh, so she's graduating soon, and I'm already sad that I have to let her go. But I wish all the best for our future endeavors, and hopefully we can work together in the future. Congratulations.
It's good that ChatGPT is, well, I guess it comes up with good poems for recognizing computer science students. Okay. Our outstanding MS student in digital production arts. So that's one of our very unique graduate programs that we offer here in the School of Computing. It's a program in digital production arts that kind of teaches the art and the science of animation and graphics. It's mostly housed on our Charleston campus. Professor Eric Patterson from that campus will be presenting 2 awards. This one is to our outstanding MS student in DPA, to Nathan Edmonds. So Eric, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here today to present this award. Nathan is just an all-around really strong individual and very skilled on the technical side of things. I remember even before he started the master's program, asking around for good students in the graphics classes to get involved in an external project, and several of the faculty returned the same name to me, which was, as you might guess, Nathan Edmonds. So Nathan's been heavily involved since he transitioned down to Charleston, doing great in all of our challenging graphics courses and jumping in on production projects, and even working on a Viper GS project along the way as well. Very happy to give this award to Nathan Edmonds, and he may be one of the few people who also transitions from the MS to the MFA, which we'll see. Is Nathan here?
I think he might be remote, or possibly, Emily, do you know if he's present or not? But you get a round of applause whether you're here or not. So round of applause.
I'll probably see him working because he's one of a handful of people who are here all the time working. So I'll take around and look for him.
Okay, sounds good. And so next up we have our outstanding MFA. So we have 2 different graduate degrees in digital production arts, MS and MFA. So Eric will talk about Delaney Walker as the outstanding MFA student.
Yeah, so also very happy to be able to make notice of Delaney's really strong work all the way around in DPA. She was a promising candidate when we admitted her to the program, and she's really demonstrated that throughout her time here, jumping into all of her classes and multiple production projects, and really bringing thoughtful work to everything that she does. Even pushing herself outside of her comfort zone, coming in from a primarily artistic background, but being one of the best performers in my technical art and direction class. So I'm very glad that you've been involved, and very happy to celebrate all your hard work, Delaney.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. We have certificates that we will be somehow getting them to Charleston to get those to these 2 students. Eric, thank you for those kind words. All right. Our outstanding PhD student in computer science. So we have a couple of different PhD programs in the School of Computing. So our computer science PhD outstanding student is Kendall, created by Professor John Good.
So I brought her my iPad when I was instead of 2 students. I didn't have time to go through all that. So I have worked with more 1 years of hours classes. I first got to know and work with Venus in my computer organization class. So he's one of the rare who is interested in hardware and some of those complex and the hard stuff. Okay, so for that. Since then, we worked with the undergraduate researcher that is London took on Best Undergraduate Project Award. So today I'm very happy to present this PhD award. Thank you. So I'm not going to go through some of the points that we talked about. So I'm comment on three parts of his work. This is the exceptional research contribution on humanity. His work is basically the computer and high computing area, the largest scale computer clusters, compute and stuff. So in this area, he has worked on several projects, and he had shown his exceptional originality and research ability. His first paper, author, won the best paper award in our top conference in field, which is International Supercomputing Conference 2021. So in the field of computer science, the conference is highly regarded. For other disciplines, they may highly regard the journals, but because our field is rapidly evolving, so conference kind of run the competition. So the best paper award really demonstrates your originality of our work you have done. So that's one of the examples. He has also worked with other other projects published in different conferences, and also justified the international supercomputing. He published two books of other papers, so that's outstanding for top conference in our field. So because this system work is very complex and technical, we have to do all kinds of experiments on the real hardware. When we environment has to get access to large scale computers, waiting for them to be available. If not, the drivers will wait in the field for a long time and stuff. So you have to have all hardware and software ready in place so that it can do work. So that demonstrates his ability and originality. The other part I want to comment on is extensive collaboration and teamwork and mentorship he has done. Over the years, he has collaborated with national labs like Oak Ridge and other faculty and other universities, and also faculty in our own university. He has been leading the project, kind of setting up the goal, the agenda, and organized meeting, all that. It's really showing his independence and leadership in this kind of collaboration. Of course, he also helped me mentor all students that joined my lab after him. Original students, he put down and put down in all kinds of research or other things. He has also demonstrated exceptional communication skills in how mentoring them. The other part I want to comment is leadership and community building is not just doing the work for my lab or collaboration work. He also has done a lot of work for the research community. He has been the Alliance president of our graduate student associations for computing, and organize and welcome parties for new students, help them to warm up, and also create activities opportunities for them. Also helped the great research community like Supercomputing Conference. He has been a lead student volunteer for 2 years. Each conference, for example, last year, our conference had 18,000 attendees. We have organized the student volunteers to do all those helping awareness, presentation, and all kinds of things. So, so now, congratulations, you well deserved it. So now,
Another one of our PhD programs, we have a PhD program in human-centered computing, and our outstanding HCC PhD student award goes to Rohit Malik, presented by Nathan McGeese.
All right, same thing with Christian. I'm gonna try to keep this together. Both of those guys mean a lot to me. Rohit's an absolute leader in my research group. We wouldn't be where we are today without Rohit. Been working with Rohit for 5 years now. Time flies. I can still remember the first Zoom call we had right before COVID, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's part of Rohit's story. Actually, it's Skype. We're both shooting.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to be very honest, I don't know if Rohit has a background, but he has a heart. And I took a bet on Rohit because I could see during that Skype who he was as a human being and how passionate he was about everything, but most importantly, other human beings. And that's really been Rohit's story. It's what's carried him to where he is today, winning on work like this. I'll talk a little bit about the research, but the more important thing I think the takeaway of Rohit is who he is as a human being. In terms of research, he is a rock star scholar. He's one of the top people in the world right now in the field known as human artificial intelligence teamwork. His dissertation was focused on understanding how AI agents as teammates can convey different emotional tones and ranges to humans, and then how humans perceive those emotional tones. So pretty cool, interesting stuff. And he was the first person ever in the world to ever research that area. So his dissertation is what we call frontier work, landmark research. So I'm really proud of him in that regard. Also proud of him if you go and look at his CV, very well accomplished in terms of publishing. He has 20-some publications at this point. A really good citation record for somebody who's just now graduating. So really a stellar scholar and researcher. And he's worked very hard to get to that point. He came in with a background that was not necessarily perfectly aligned to what we do in my lab. And he worked and worked and worked to build up the skills and the knowledge to do what we do. And now he's teaching the next generation of people in my lab. So that's research. The second thing I want to talk about, and I'm now realizing that I should have a cheat sheet, right? I should have used AI. The second thing is I'm trying to remember what I want to talk about. Second thing, leadership and mentoring. I mentioned this at the beginning. He is one of the leaders in my research group. And the way we run my group is through distributed leadership. There's not just one leader. It's not just me. The PhD students are leaders. And Rohit's really fallen into that and understood what that's meant over the years. He runs our undergraduate research student meetings. So this guy right here I was just talking about, this guy runs the meetings that this guy attends, and they come together and do beautiful things. But he really goes above and beyond in terms of seeking out ways to help people. He doesn't just let people come to him asking for help. He seeks them out to help them. So he's next level in terms of his mentorship. And he has an absolutely stellar stellar reputation in the lab field now. And then the last thing, I mentioned it, I alluded to it. This is one of the best human beings that I've ever met. His heart is as big as it gets. And everybody that knows him, I can see it, but I have two people in my lab right here, and they're smiling so big right now. Because his heart and his passion for people is unparalleled. So we can talk about the research and how he leads and is a superstar at doing the work, but it's not just the work of it. It's the people skills and caring about the people, and that's what's going to propel him to the top. So it's been my pleasure to work with Bert, and I know we're always going to work together. So congratulations.
You have the floor from that one.
I like it.
Well, I'll send you that picture too, but. Okay, that's much better.
All right. Among our unique degree programs, we have a graduate program both at the PhD and MS levels in biomedical data science and informatics, a bit of a mouthful. So Aaron Messino, one of our newer faculty members, is going to present the award for outstanding MS student in biomedical data science and informatics. So, Aaron, that's right.
Hi everyone. Looking around, I think we probably know about a third of the people in here. So as Brian mentioned, I'm pretty new to Clemson, been here about a year. Katie, like you, I was told this was a low pressure kind of thing and did not leverage ChatGPT like Chris did, and I'm feeling very underprepared, but that's okay. We'll make it work anyway. So as I said, I've been here about a year. One of the reasons I wanted to come to Clemson was actually because of the BDSI program. My background is kind of a mix of computer science and biomedical applications. And it's one of the unique programs, I think, in the country. There's a few like it, but if you're not familiar with the program, it's an interdisciplinary program that really combines computer science and mathematics with domain knowledge in biomedical space, which they would apply. And it's really a really challenging program at the graduate level. If you look at the course requirements, you have a strong mix of graduate programs in domain fields like genetics and graduate programs in computer science. And right, either one of those by themselves is pretty challenging. And when you throw them together into one program, I'm sure you can attest to, it is very challenging. And so Mia has excelled in this program. She's graduating now, and so this semester. Hazel, I don't want to give out a FERPA violation, so I won't mention GPA. I will say that it is an exceptional GPA, certainly higher than my graduate GPA. So congratulations on that. She has also served as a graduate teaching assistant in the School of Computing as well. So thank you for your service and congratulations.
That was great. I didn't want to let anybody have that.
Final individual student award, the outstanding PhD student in biomedical data science and informatics, presented to Jonah Huggins by Professor Mark Burgess.
I know even less people in here. I think I'm a professor in chemical and biomolecular engineering, but I'm affiliated here through the BDSI program. So thanks for that intro. And I've done it outstanding. I guess from the BDSI program perspective, what I see is that every time they need somebody to do something, Jonah raises his hand. It's like he needs somebody to help with recruiting students or whatever it is. He's there and he just like goes all into it. And I guess they noticed that. And that's what kind of drew me to him in the first place. He's just that kind of person. I heard similar stories here earlier about those types of people. And, I first met Jonah in 2018. He was an undergraduate here and he decided to do research in my lab. And you guys don't know, he's a microbiologist by training. And so what did they do all day long? Well, he did undergraduate research in my lab. It was a complete wet lab project. We were working on a technique called Western blotting, trying to make it more high throughput. And so we had some success there. And then he graduated, he started working microbiologist jobs in industry. So he worked in a place called Diversity. And they were doing all sorts of testing, which I still don't fully understand, but basically trying to understand, are there bacteria in food, like in a lot of different samples at once. So he's just on the bench doing all these assays all day long, you know? So he's doing that. And then but he's always been really interested in computational biology. And so that's a big part of what I do in my lab. So we kind of stayed in touch. And we also stayed in touch because over the course of this technology development, we thought we had something valuable we might be able to spin into a company. And the other student that was working on it, now my third business partner along with Yona, he kind of went along his separate way. He started doing a PhD program, and I was just kind of like, do I really want to work on this? Is there really something there? And the only guy that cared and kept working on it and just kept working on it is Jonah. So I think without Jonah, we wouldn't have a business right now. And that business actually took off. We got some NIH funding for it. We got a lab. We got some customers now. We got into this SDRA thing, which is like a South Carolina small business organization. And we wouldn't be there without him. So that's just like, he just doesn't quit, you know? And like to be able to come from a microbiology background and then like, hey, I'm going to come into this really hard program and learn how to be a computer scientist. Like, that takes a really special person, I think, to be able to do that. And now, I don't know if he's like the coder according to you guys, but like from my perspective, he knows all that stuff now. That's a really core expertise my lab needs that I don't really have myself, or the students in chemical engineering don't really have that either. So it's just so important. And like you combine that now with like, yes, let me help, please. I want to do my part. He's been a co-author on, I think, 6 papers from the lab in the past like year or two. Because he's just that kind of person. He does good work. He fills his gap. 2 of those were co-first author as well. So I think his best work is still to come from the lab. He keeps asking me when he's going to graduate. When he started, he's like 2.5, 3 years. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I would say maybe 2.5, 3 years now. I don't know. I'd like to keep him as long as possible, but he's just kind of a force of nature in that way. I love to have him in my lab, and he's just good mentee, a trainee, a business partner, and also a friend now. We've been together so 7 years, something like that. Yeah, so it's just a pleasure. This is why I think you're outstanding. So that's all I got.
That is our last individual award. So I'm impressed you guys as an audience have been, no one has fallen asleep as far as I've seen. I had some backup jokes at the ready just in case, so you ducked a bullet on that one. But thank you all for coming here. It's really heartwarming to hear what everyone has been saying about our top students. This is why I love my job. I get to work with students like this every day and amazing faculty as well. So I think we should probably say some special thanks to a few folks that have, our students, of course, are awesome, but they also have a large support structure. So let's maybe give a round of applause to the families and friends who are here in the audience. Alluded to it earlier, but we have amazing faculty in the School of Computing, and many of them are partially, of course, to thank for our students' success. And so a round of applause for our faculty. And special thanks for this particular award ceremony. We have our awards committee in the School of Computing, so Kylie, Katie Park, and Svetlana Drakova, have helped with the selection of these finalists. So thank you to them. And also thank you so much to Emily Fries, one of our advisors, who has helped put this entire thing together with help from many of our other staff members. So thank you all for your help in running this awesome event. And there, I think, is still food in the back for those who want. So, congratulations again. You guys are awesome. Let's, afterwards, can we have all the award winners come down for a group photo? But otherwise, you are free to go. So thank you all so much.